Hello, guys. The PS Vortex podcast. And today, unlike the regular videos you are used to from the PS Vortex channel here, today is going to be different because I'd like to go one step ahead, deep into what makes PlayStation Plus Premium extremely exciting and why this is the best deal in gaming, as well as why this is gonna be the Game Pass killer. Nobody's giving too much attention at. Most of the times when we cover these topics on the regular podcast, we cannot go in depth regarding them because we got so much to discuss. We usually do a podcast once a week. Because of the previous hiatus, it was long overdue. Today is something special. Guess what? I fucking created a PlayStation Network Hong Kong based account just to try out PS Plus Premium because my hype levels are over 6,000, guys. Actually, as per the PlayStation blog official article, the PS Plus Premium is gonna roll out across the next fucking month throughout the globe. First, it's gonna be in Asia, which is gonna drop tomorrow. So after that, it's gonna roll out all across the globe through. I'm gonna list out the dates exactly. It's Asia on May 24th, which is tomorrow, and then June 2nd for Japan, then June 13th for America, finally Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and even India, where I live in, it's gonna drop on June 23rd. So today is May 23rd. So it's gonna drop June 23rd for me, right? It's an awfully long time for me to wait, and how poor, based on how fucking poor PlayStation's PR team is doing at selling you on the PS Plus Premium. God damn it. They gotta learn a couple of things from Xbox PR team, man. How to get you hyped up. They just do their own fucking PowerPoint kind of shit. They just drop down an article on the PS blog and one single, what do you say, 50-second trailer on YouTube and leave it there, right? The gamers, the passionate people who love gaming, they do the promotion for Sony's products. That's how poor they are at promoting these things. Having 700 fucking plus games with so many goddamn AAA, quadruple A bangers from the PlayStation 1 era all the way to PS2, 3, PSP, PS3, PS4, and also PS5 with a bunch of $70 games dropping day and date. Fuck you. You gotta, what do you say? Advertise this better, Sony. What the hell are you doing? Where's the hype at? People are hyped up right now. They release this cheap ass, what do you say, dumb, naked, partial catalog, which they reveal, right? They do not showcase. Out of that 700 games, they somehow feel, what do you say, dropping down an entire list of 100 games on their PlayStation blog is enough. Absolutely not. You gotta do a better job at this. On the PS blog, right now, there are only over 100 games which are listed out, correct? There are 600 more games. If I'm right, it's like 340 plus 400. That is like 740 games. Where are those 640 game titles at? You can release a, what do you say, a PDF document, or you can just list out the whole shit on your, what do you say, Microsoft Word document and link it on Twitter or on your PlayStation blog. Can't you do that, Sony? Come on, man. This is getting on my nerves, really. Where's the marketing at? I hate this shit. They need to do a better job at marketing such a huge jump when it comes to like introducing newer services. You guys know why PS Now got completely murdered by Game Pass? Because you never saw it on any box, you never saw it on any website, or it was never even the prime focus during any of the past Sony showcases. Why? They could have easily showcased Shadow Warrior 3 dropping day and date on PlayStation Now on a past PlayStation showcase, wherein millions of gamers watch them on YouTube so that they can react to them, so that it goes into their brains. I feel it was less than 5 million subscribers across the whole length of over the past 5 years. That is what the PlayStation Now achieved. And look at the piss poor rollout of PlayStation Now. It never launched in multiple countries like Australia, New Zealand, India. Correct me if I'm wrong. There are so many countries which do not have PlayStation fucking Now. They just depend on the PlayStation Plus and the games which go. So even in India, even to this day, PlayStation Now is absent. Looking at that, I feel the merging of the PlayStation Now and PS Plus and making it into a premium service is absolutely the right way to move ahead, because PS Now was gaining dust. Only in the US and a couple of countries across the globe, people were just dabbling at it. And the library was grotesque. I'm saying I'm only considering the library of PlayStation 1 and 2 games, man. If you look at the PS2 games on like PS Now, I even have created a PlayStation Network US account just to go through that list. And if I was interested in getting PS Now, I would have gone through that US account, and I could have even added funds through US PSN gift cards. I could have done that. But looking at the library, I agree there were a huge bunch of games from the PlayStation 3 and 4, but PS1 and 2, fuck you, they gave us like 18 games. A few, like a couple of games like Rogue Galaxy, Wild Arms 3, a few couple more titles. More than that, apart from the PS4 library, it was absolutely lacking. The main focal point for me to move ahead with this PS Plus Premium is the support to those legacy platforms, man. And here I go. Let's start. Enough with the PS Now bullshit. Say hi in the chat, guys. It's great to have you here. I can see Angry Big Show. In the chat section, he says, I traded my PS5 in a pawn shop. Great going, dude. Thank you. That's one more happy customer who can get your unused PS5 from the pawn shop for lower price or higher price, whatever it is. Battles King says, nice, bro. What's up, man? Nelson is here in the live chat. He says, that's because service isn't for main priority like Game Pass. Spamming you every 5 damn minutes. Most are in PS Now, lol, majority in Ubisoft. Yeah. My good friend Kyle Ward 789 says, hi. What's up, Kyle? And before I move on ahead, just a friendly reminder, the super chat is live again. You can support the channel. Here we go. Let me start with a deep dive into PS Plus Premium and why I feel, as I mentioned, it's gonna be a Game Pass killer and beyond. This is gonna bring multiple generations of PlayStation gamers together. There is gonna be a common talking point which was absent since the past almost like fucking 10 years, man. See, I have I used to own like three PlayStation 1s. One was the original PlayStation 1, then I bought two PSONE. You guys know that the Chinese model wherein they shrunk it down in size. Then I owned two PlayStation 2s and one PlayStation 2 mini, which was like a slim model. Then I got the launch 20 gigabyte PlayStation 3, the big old fat guy. Then I even got a PlayStation 3 Slim and a PlayStation 3 Super Slim. Then I went ahead for the PlayStation 4, then a PlayStation 4 Slim for my brother, then the PlayStation 4 Pro, then PlayStation VR. I own two PlayStation Vita consoles. One was the OLED, the original version. Later on, they released, what do you say, revamped with a LED screen, which a little bit of changes to the display. So I bought that. Then the PlayStation Portable, the PlayStation Go, the PSP Go, as well as the PlayStation VR headset. And now I own two PlayStation 5 consoles. Both are the disc version. One is sitting in my what do you say living room, hooked up to a 77-inch LG C9 monitor. The other one is in my bedroom, hooked up to a 65-inch LG C1. Enough bragging. The reason I'm bringing all this is because, not to brag what I own and how many consoles I've been through, because I've been a true PlayStation gamer through and through. Before that, I used to love my Famicom, Super Famicom. I did not buy a Nintendo 64. I even got the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. I love Nintendo also, guys. I'm just not a fucking pony here. So, keeping that aside, the reason I brought up my entire, what do you say, oh, you can call the journey, right from PlayStation 1 all the way to PS5, is because every single path of the journey has some amount of memories and some amount of attachment which is ingrained to that period of time where I used to struggle to convince my dad to buy me a game whenever I was in a summer break, whenever I used to get a leave in the weekends. So these are the times and phases of my life which I recollect vividly even to this day. If not for gaming, my life would have been absolutely different. Because of the love for gaming, that is the reason I was able to absolutely focus on my career, on my education, on my studies, because this took the part of my life wherein this served me a purpose, wherein if I achieve a certain goal in my life, I'll be rewarded with the next upcoming, bigger and better, the next evolved part of the PlayStation family. Okay, I've bought a PS1. I've been going through a bunch of games. It's been like 5 years. I start, what do you say, having, watching these E3 showcases, and now all of a sudden, I'm reminiscing. I want the PlayStation 2. That is the next big game. You guys do not believe it. In India and in certain parts of like Asia and Europe, where I'm located, I've got friends from all across Europe as well. Xbox is a terminology we never even heard about until it was like the second half of the Xbox 360 era. That is how poor the penetration of Xbox is in India, right? I used to attend like midnight parties where, just imagine, it was like 2018, the God of War launch was there. I took a leave out of my schedule from my work, from my like the job. I went to the my proper city wherein they had this huge biggest market in my city, wherein they have bunch of stores in a quick succession, which is all about technology, gaming, laptops, and all this kind of shit. In that part of the town, there was this midnight launch event for God of War 2018. So I attended that. I met so many people, and it's huge, man. You cannot imagine how huge PlayStation is in certain parts of like Japan, Asia, and Europe, as well as in India. So this is absolutely, see, nobody gives a flying fuck in certain parts of the town regarding even Nintendo and regarding even like Microsoft. Here, Xbox, nobody fucking plays. Most of my friends here, they have, what do you say, PSN accounts. I've been friends with them. I've been playing Call of Duty every goddamn year during the PlayStation 3 days, right from Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2. So, keeping all that aside, what I'm saying here is PlayStation Plus Premium is gonna not just bring these naked ass dudes who are getting into gaming right now, just like since the past decade, not even decade, since the past like few years or a couple of months, who just experience greatness with the incredibly best stimulating gateway drug, which is the PlayStation 4. It is the most successful console for them. But just imagine all us middle-aged fucking dudes who have been gaming since the 90s. What does this gonna do to us? If the rumors are true, I think even Nelson has just posted it on my Discord, and few of the people who are listening right now, I'm gonna drop a link to my Discord right now. If you're interested, you're welcome to join, as long as you, what do you say, keep your trolling and your console wars to a bullshit minimum. Absolutely, I'd love. to have you guys on my Discord. I'm gonna share it now. So if you want, you can join me. The moment I see anything which doesn't have to do with gaming or just the basic trolling, I'm gonna remove you, ban you out of the Discord. Main thing I've been saying, we will be put together in an, what do you say, beautiful echo chamber which was created by Sony from the PlayStation 1 days all the way through to PS5. This is a time, if the rumors are right and if certain like confirmations are right, what Sony is doing is we are getting free cloud saves for every single goddamn generation of game which is going to drop on PlayStation Plus Premium. So, oh, once again, Nelson is here. Can you hear me, Nelson? Can you speak? Give me a minute. I'm just setting it up. Can you hear me, Nelson? I'm unable to hear you, man. Need to change a couple of settings, I guess. Okay, I was saying something, right? I was talking about a few confirmed things. First and foremost, all the games from the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation Portable, as well as the PS5 are gonna get certain amount of boost when it comes to frame rates. We are gonna have the ability to save wherever and whenever we want on the PSP and older PS1 titles, which is a welcome change. And then we've also got what do you say, a rewind feature, which is going to be added to the PS P as well as PS1 games. So with that rewind feature, it's gonna be helpful because the old ass games, they were absolutely brutal when it comes to like supporting saves frequently. If you guys remember the Ninja Gaiden days following that, many of the games from the PS1 and PS2 era, they never supported games very frequently because now we have less amount of time to focus on the old age, what do you say, bullshit. It's absolutely a welcome change for that. So once again, let me see. I'd like to unmute Nelson once. I want to see what's happening here. Can you hear me, Nelson? Can you type something in the Discord chat? I'm unable to listen to you, man. I don't know what's happening. Windows is can hear you. Can chat? Okay, can anyone from the chat on YouTube hear Nelson Gaming who's speaking right now? I cannot hear him. I don't know why because I'm still checking. My settings are proper from my end. Okay, let's see. Then I was talking about all these features, right? Shout out to what do you say, Esa Ahmed from the live chat. He asks, when does the lineup drop? Yeah, that's a nice question. As I mentioned, in Asia, it's dropping tomorrow, which is May 24th. Then in Japan, June 5th. Then June 13th in US, and finally in June 23rd across Europe and other territories, including India. So what I've did is, so Kyle does says he's unable to hear Nelson speak. I'm gonna fix it in the meantime because I am the only person speaking right now. Just give me a couple of minutes, Nelson. I'm gonna sort this out. It's always like this. Discord is like many a times it messes with your settings, man. It's always the case. Oh, it's so hard to like focus on what you speak because all these minor things, though we get it sorted out, start popping up. There are many new people popping up on Discord. Kyle, you can say welcome to them and go ahead and speak to them on Discord if you want. So I was talking about the rollout, right? So what I did was I just created a PlayStation Network Hong Kong account. So I just opened up the PlayStation Plus page on that. It still hasn't been updated as per the official thing. I got confused it for today, but actually it is like today midnight. So tomorrow, May 24th is when it's gonna go live. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head over to Play Asia. I'm gonna buy a gift card with the Hong Kong currency, and I'm gonna redeem it on the Hong Kong account. And I'm gonna subscribe to 1 month worth of PlayStation Plus Premium, which is gonna cover me from today till like June 23rd of next month, right? So this is not gonna be my primary account. This is just me to letting you guys know the entire 700 plus games library, because Sony, as I said, is pretty damn absolutely poor at doing this PR kind of shit when it comes to advertising their own service. I don't know what's going on, man. So they need to put enough budget. They do not want to repeat what PS Now had become. So now the PlayStation Plus, the base tier, which is going to be PlayStation Plus Essential, if you guys do not do any upgrade or anything, any of you guys who have a PlayStation Plus account, which is still going on, which is ongoing, will be directly ported to PlayStation Plus Essential, right? You will be ported over to PlayStation Plus Essential. Okay, I think I know the problem right now. I'm gonna address it real quick. Here we go. Nelson, can you say something? I think I've addressed the
Yeah, can you
problem.
hear me?
Absolutely, dude.
Oh, there we
Sorry for
go.
making you wait, man. I apologize. As you know, we need to say that once again in your sweet voice, Nelson. How do you rate um, Microsoft Windows out of 10?
-20.
There you go, guys. I
I
apologize.
used to. I That's why I don't own computers anymore. I used to go for a laptop every 2 or 3 years because the fucking software would just shit out. After
Shit.
6 months, it runs like a bag full of asshole.
Absolutely. So,
My aunt's had a. She's bought a Mac because she got tired of getting a new computer every 2 years. She's a librarian. She's had
mm,
her Mac for 12 years, no issues. Still runs like it's new.
okay. So Kyle says he says we can hear you guys clearly. Okay. So before I go on with my like deep dive, Nelson, you got a couple of thoughts to talk, because tomorrow, as I said, the service is gonna drop for people from Hong Kong, right? So, what's your take on this? Are you excited? Are you ready to wait for another 1 month for it to drop? Anyways, we got like fucking huge backlogs to play right now. It's not a huge deal, but the thing is that hype
I am
level.
excited just to be able to have it, even
Hmm.
if it's like play 10 minutes a month or something, just for that. Because I was playing Metal Gear Solid on my PS3 like 2 months ago, just for that.
Yeah.
I was playing Fighting Force like 6 months ago, just the you know 20 minutes, half hour. I was playing Bloody Roar not long ago. I
Yeah.
don't play them for a long time, but have that in that convenience and
Hmm.
whatnot. And everyone's talking about there's not much in there for PS1 games, but I mean it's a work in progress. They got to do licensing, they got to pay these publishers, they got to
Yeah.
put trophies in them, they got to upres them. I mean they're putting in two a month. I mean for
But
twenty
isn't this
dollars extra a
shocking,
year.
Nelson? Do you still believe it, man? When I shared it
If
out
they
and
have
when you
online,
shared
that's
it out
fucking unbelievable.
online for PlayStation 1 and 2 games, fuck you. I'm gonna beat your fucking ass as Nina Williams and do a teabag on that. What do you say, man? If I want to face you, Nelson, I'm gonna choose Nina Williams, which I was extremely good at during the PlayStation 1 days on Tekken 3. Are you gonna choose?
Oh wait, it's Tekken 2. That's right.
Tekken 3, I'm saying.
There's no Tekken. It won't be Tekken 3. There'll be Tekken 2. Because
Mm,
Tekken 3 wasn't in the store. I don't know if there's musical license, there's things that hold that back, but Tekken 2's coming.
okay, Tekken 2 is confirmed, right? 3 isn't
Yeah,
confirmed yet.
I don't know if that one will come because if it didn't come to PlayStation Classics, I'm guessing there's something with the either the music rating or there's all that legal shit
I absolutely
where they
understand,
couldn't
man.
get it.
Then, if we are not excited, for instance, for like the
Because if
old
they're gonna
ass
put the
games.
time to put that game on there, they would have put 3 on instead of 2 because it would
Mm,
have sold
yeah,
more.
that's what it sold very well, and it was like leaps and bounds ahead of 2, man. 2 was like
Yeah, and 2 was
barely
leaps and
scratching the
bounds
surface
ahead
of
of 1,
3D.
and they were on the same console. It was leaps and bounds ahead of 1. Two was a huge, massive improvement over 1, and they did it again. It was The biggest leaps in one generation.
Basically, 3 sold me on the game, man. When I saw a Tekken 3 being
Two is the
played.
reason I got a PlayStation in the first
Is
place.
it? Okay,
I was at
okay.
my buddy's house. I was
Same
playing
thing.
Tekken 2 and Jet Moto, and he
Okay.
had a lot of money. My family didn't. He was rich. That's why I like going there.
Okay.
But I was playing Tekken, and I was like, "Oh my god, I got to get me one of these." And I asked and asked, and finally on my birthday, I got one. I had to trade in my Super Nintendo, but Tekken 2 was my what
Yeah.
sold me.
It was the jam. Even which was that other game, WWF, during that time? Here Comes the Pain. Even that
That
game.
was PS2.
Not Here Comes the Pain. Sorry. SmackDown versus Raw, I guess.
SmackDown, yeah, it'd been out for a while.
SmackDown 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, SmackDown 2. That was
but it
like
was
an incredible game, man. I think I spent over
yeah, I
like
had one
200,
and two.
300 hours on that shit. Creating a superstar, and every single move you can like customize, as well as the entire pay-per-view system, and everything was incredible for the PlayStation 1.
Tables, ladders, and
Fuck.
chairs match and
Yeah,
Hell in the Cells and
TLC,
all that. It was
Hell in a
crazy.
Cell.
I used to be Jeff Hardy. I used to tell or I told Jeff Hardy when I was partying at his place when I was a little younger when I lived in
Oh,
North
shit.
Carolina. Like I used to be you 50% of the time when I used to play SmackDown.
That
Boy,
was the
that
Attitude
we love.
Era, man. That cannot be relived again. The Attitude Era
Yeah,
was beyond
you'd
incredible.
think the Hardys would have nice places. They lived in trailer parks and got fucking drunk and just destroyed them.
Yeah,
Fucking fun
that
times though.
gets you.
They didn't
The
give a fuck.
addictions get you, man. Once you're famous, once you like reach a certain point in life, that's what happens. That what happened with huge bands like Linkin Park. He went into
Yeah,
depression.
Matt. Like when I was at their place, Matt was drunk, but Jeff was like, "Fuck." He was like punching holes in his walls and shit. I'm like,
Oh
"Oh
fuck.
fuck."
So, enough of sidetracking of this nonsense. Let's talk about the value, right? See, we see a whole bunch of dudes just because FTC is actively. You saw the official tweet from FTC, right?
Yeah, they're back. They're
They're back
fucking
and they're
like, whoop.
targeting the influencers right now. Just because of that shit, we saw like whole bunch of influencers saying
Yeah, Game Pass ain't it.
Game Pass sucks. Game Pass sucks.
Yeah, basically,
We are not getting
it
any
was the
first
truth
party
before.
games. We were sold on Game Pass on a false promise that we are getting day and date first party games. Where the fuck are the first party games? They're non existent in 2022.
Hey, you know what's funny though? Everyone's
Yeah.
canceling and complaining about the service, but what games are different today that weren't in there yesterday?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is all bullshit, Nelson. This is all fucking PR bullshit. They just want to save their own asses and to make things further.
No,
If you,
what I'm saying is now you hate the service, but you've been loving it for how long and nothing has changed.
yeah,
It's the
that's
same
what.
games that were in there last
See,
week.
I pointed out the same thing in one of my tweets. When was the Starfield and Redfall delay announced?
Like a few days ago.
Few days,
But
like around like week, right? Around a week
yeah,
ago.
same games that were in there
Yeah,
2 weeks ago
yeah.
are in there
2 weeks,
now.
a week or 10 days. Let's keep it 10 days. 10 days ago, they
It
announced a delay of Starfield and Redfall. Correct? That was
yeah,
like
they
the most
basically
beautiful
admitted
time. Yeah, that
they've
was the
been just
most
waiting for that
beautiful
game.
and
They
apt time for you as an influencer to say, "Fuck this! I've been paying $180 every goddamn year for day and date games to be added on Game Pass." But now, after listening to this news of the only two first party games which are dropping this year being delayed to 2023, I am done with this bullshit. I'm unsubscribing to Game Pass and I'm moving on further. I'm just keeping it aside. That was the right way to do that. But these fuckers, they didn't do anything. They just kept quiet. There are a few people who damage control saying, I do not want to talk about the ambassadors, man. I do not want to bring them in. King Trash has covered enough of them, and we've spoken a little bit about them on our podcast. We can cover that tomorrow because this is PS Plus premium deep dive video. We're not gonna go into our own tangent into Game Pass again. But I'd like to say something. Just a couple of days ago, when FTC
did you see my
mentioned,
PS1 list in the chat?
yeah, I'm gonna go through that, man. Just because FTC announced they are gonna cracking down on all people who are spreading misinformation regarding certain brands, and if they do not mention their, what do you say, involvement with those brands in a proper
That
way.
they're getting free
Yeah,
product from them and whatnot.
yeah, the product placements, the advertisement placements. So all these people are doing free advertisements, right? Because people, the experts, they've been thinking it is genuine. They're following them like, what do you say, bunch of cattle, and getting slaughtered with no games. That is how bad it is. Now all of a sudden, because they saw this FTC tweet, I even saw rumor that remove, like I'm talking about Tony Polanco, he went back and deleted a whole bunch of pro Game Pass tweets he made since an year ago just to save his ass. That's how bad it is, dude. That's how bad it is. So you shared this clip regarding the PS1 games. It was from PS Now, right? Is that from PS Now or is it from the PS3?
No, that's from PS3. Those are my games.
Yeah. So
Those
you're
are just my
saying all
personal
these
ones,
games might be included in the list, right?
and a lot more. I didn't buy all of them, but that's just my
Mm.
collection.
Okay.
There's over 100.
Uh-huh. Got it. I've got a whole bunch of PS3 games, but the thing is, I haven't even hooked up my PS3 in a long time. I don't know whether it's functional or
Honestly, that's
not.
one of the biggest reason
Hmm.
I play on PS now is because, say I want to play Metal Gear Solid 4. For a single player game, the lag and shit has gotten a lot better over the years, especially if you with
Hmm.
PS5 and if you have really good internet and you're hardwired. There's a little bit, but it's hardly noticeable. I mean, a multiplayer game, I wouldn't do it. But for to play Batman Arkham Origins or something, I have the game, but it's just so much more convenient, and I don't like the small ass controllers.
So, Stand Down has a question. When is PS Plus coming to Middle East? You got any idea regarding that? They have not mentioned it properly.
Not sure. That was one of the biggest reasons PlayStation now failed. Three reasons really. There was
PS
no
Now is
downloadable games at
not in
first.
Middle East, right?
Not yet, but I don't know if there's any countries that are not going to get the new one. But that's what I'm getting at right here. The reason
So
it was only in 12
I
countries
can
is
suggest one
having.
thing for stand down though, Nelson. The thing is, you can just Google search PlayStation Plus Premium and type in the country from the Middle East you're on, man. If there is an official PlayStation page which is linked to your country of origin, definitely they would have mentioned the pricing as well as the release date. See, if I search PlayStation Plus Premium India launch, I will be redirected to an official PlayStation.com website with a link where it directly takes me to the PS Plus premium page, wherein they mention it's gonna cost like 6,700 Indian rupees for a year. It's like a huge steal, if you ask me, because they are replacing PS Plus premium with PS Plus deluxe because few countries cannot support streaming. It's a huge letdown again. They're not fully
That's what I
investing.
was actually getting to. Is the reason it was only available in 12 countries is because
Hmm.
most of the library being streaming,
Yep.
people wouldn't be able to access most of the products. So I've been saying for years, why don't they try to separate the streaming and the non-streaming? So then by adding it to Plus and being able to download and separating the streaming, a lot of people will get that extra
Correct.
and not have to pay for stuff they're not using.
Mm. Yeah,
But
I totally
PlayStation
get
Now
it,
also
but
fucked up. It used to be $20 a month to start, or just $20 a month when it started. Like
hmm.
hell no. And that was just PS3 games. That's why most people still think you have to stream everything.
Yeah,
People don't even know because
as I
they just
said, it is
fucked that up.
still really bad marketing. They're not getting the word out. It's launching tomorrow in certain countries. In Asia, they are
I know.
still
I read
not
an
doing
article.
the
They're
shit.
still working on deals right now with publishers for
Hopefully they're
more
busy. That
titles.
is the reason they're taking more time than usual. But here's my question, Nelson. If every the moment I say I'm still hoping for Xenosaga to be on PS Plus Premium, the moment I say I want Tekken 3 to be on Premium, I want Dino Crisis 2 to be on PS Plus Premium, as well as like Metal Gear
I
Solid
think Dino
4.
Crisis will too. If you
Y-
look at
but
Metal Gear's
here's my
leaving.
question, Nelson. Just give me a minute. Here's my question. The moment I say this on Twitter, on social media, even on YouTube, people are getting back at me saying that no, it's not yet been confirmed. It's not so easy to get all these games. We should not like put our expectations too much into the service, because what if there are like whole bunch of like rubbish games which nobody has heard or talked about? We are already like
No, they're gonna
getting
be
these.
classics because they have the ones in the PS3
But
library. They already have
how do
licenses
you fill
updated.
that what do you say, library of 340 classic games, man, without including all these beautiful ass like AAA
Oh,
games
the
back in
class.
the era. Correct?
Oh, they're not putting that many in there, are they?
They're putting
It's only
300.
a handful of classics.
No, no,
No,
no.
no, that's the PS3 games.
Yeah, see, PS3 games. How many through PS3 games?
I don't know. There's like 400 in there, but the classics there's only a handful, and you'll get 2 more every month because they're working on those as they go. That's how
But
that works. Like Tekken 2, what
hmm,
was it? I'd have to look at the worms.
okay. See
It's
what?
only a few, but they're gonna add to every month, or 2 a month. They're gonna drop.
But if the patent which they filed for the trophy support is indeed true, because it's
Oh yeah,
gonna
Siphon
do
Filter
it
is their
on
day
a
one too.
system level without requiring reprogramming. How cool is that, man? If
That's
just
awesome.
just
And yeah,
imagine going back and reprogramming old ass games just to add trophies. It's absolutely impossible. It's not gonna happen.
it's
But
not worth the time.
yeah, it's not worth the time. But trophies are one of the huge pulling factors for a whole subset of people. Let's say 30% of PlayStation gamers out there care for trophies. There are like trophy hunters who even buy and play games which they do not even like spend time with. They buy a bunch of bullshit which is like from the indie space on the PlayStation Network just to get that shiny platinum trophy. If they the now, as you guys know, Splinter Cell, it has been officially tweeted that it's gonna have a platinum trophy. It is gonna have an entire trophy list. Do you think, Nelson, this was pre-generated by that patent or whatever the software they're gonna run? Was this pre-generated or they went ahead and
Yeah,
put in?
that's Cerny's god tier brain right there.
Correct, right?
Hmm.
But the thing
That
is,
guy
they
files
might
more
not be as
patents
deep as
than
we
a lot of
want. They
countries.
might not be as deep as the recent games we want. I feel there is gonna be like what do you say? Just complete chapter one, you get a bronze trophy. I think that's how deep it's gonna go.
Yeah, I think they'll be pretty basic,
Huh. That's what I feel.
but that's
W-
fine.
And what's your thoughts on like having trophies for these old ass games, man? Are you gonna play them?
I mean, I'm not a trophy hunter. Everyone knows that, but I mean, it does make it. You still like to see that pop and stuff like that, and at least it's like you kind of can go back and have some proof of
Okay.
some stuff.
Mm.
So, hey, I'm all about it. Since I don't go for big fucking trophies, my score goes up low. So I want all my playtime to count.
Yeah. But keeping all this aside, whatever the list they have announced, like 100 games on the PS blog, they are a whole bunch of games. This is like the best platter you can ever order, and for the best price for a non-PlayStation gamer. What do you think, man? If you've never played
if
on a PlayStation, this is like beyond ridiculous amount of value. Just imagine an Xbox dude just watches this PlayStation Plus Premium. What do you say? Being tweeted across the board from like fans like us. We are like posting a bunch of screenshots of old ass amazing games and recent games. Just take PlayStation 4 library and the PlayStation 5 games. All $70 games like Returnal, and even like which was that again? Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Death Stranding Director's Cut, as well as Ghost of
Spider-Man,
Tsushima, Spider Man, both the games,
Ghost of
including.
Tsushima,
Fuck, that's
I think all the Ubisoft games that are more than a year old go in there too. That
Uncharted 4
can't be
also,
cheap.
dude. The Nathan Drake collection, Uncharted 4, Until Dawn. A few of the games are from like the PS Plus collection. You get God of War as well, and Bloodborne. You forgot that, dude. See, all these
There's
games.
already those are already in there. It's already a good service. People just don't try it because they fucked it up. I mean, I wouldn't pay 120 a year for it, but I paid the 60. My kids play all Sly Cooper and shit all the time. They don't
Yeah.
care. They like it. They enjoy it. There's a lot in there because I had Game Pass for a while, and there ain't shit in there for kids or nothing. And I go to PlayStation. It sucks they're taking out the Mario collection. That pisses me off. But Sega wants to resell them. That they're taking the Metal Gear series out too. So I'm guessing they're remastering or remaking them. They're taking them out. because they're in there right now.
Yeah, I think this service, one good thing I see is if they add like a bunch of games here, it's gonna be less of an initiative for them to like go ahead and do a remaster for those games again. Because the PlayStation 4 era, it was the whole bunch of remasters from PS3 and from PS4 1 and 2. We got remakes, amazing remakes. I do not disagree, but I still feel The Last of Us is gonna be an extremely amazing game, which we gonna rebuy again. I'm talking about the Last of Us One remake, built from the ground up for the PS5. Man, if the rumors are true, I still don't think there is a huge point for that game to exist, because Last of Us Part One, which was initially dropped at the far end of PS3 era, then got ported to PS4. We now have it on the PS5 as well, as part of the back compat. And the remastered one is quite good, right? It is like one of the best
Yeah,
games.
it's still better looking than any Xbox game,
That's what I'm
and it was.
saying. What's the point, man? Why do you want to waste resources there? I think it's a huge franchise. They can just hold off for a couple of years and
It's
then.
because of that damn show that it's like the first episode of The Last of Us coming up is the most expensive episode in TV
Oh
history.
my god. Does it even surpass Stranger Things?
I don't know if that one came out before. I read that article like a year ago
Mm-hmm.
when they were filming episode 1.
But I still there is too still feel there is too much of bias, especially when it comes to like all these huge ass websites, man, like IGN, GameSpot. There has never been a single praise written, what do you say, article or even a video regarding the PlayStation Plus Premium, even after like 7 days since they dropped it on the PS blog. There is no article
No, and
saying
they
the
never
PS
even talked about
Plus.
when they added downloading because there's more PS4 games in PS Now than all of Game Pass, and
Yeah, you can
six,
download
it was
those
60
games,
bucks a
right?
year.
It's great value for that, whatever it's
Yeah,
giving you.
there's like I counted it one time. There was like 900 games in there.
Oh my god, shit. That's huge, man. The only thing is, it did not get that limelight, right? It did not get that on stage value. Nobody like gave it a shit because it was limited, as well as the kind of rollout they did was horrendous. It was horrible. It's not available even to this day
It
worldwide.
it was $20. It was $20 a month. It only had PS3 games. You could only stream. It's just
The way it launched was bad, right? It could not recover from that shit. Even to this day, man, despite having so much value, even on that, I still am pretty much optimistic for PS Plus Premium. I'm absolutely optimistic because I feel if you do not give a shit about this and if you sit on your ass and do nothing, you're gonna be shifted from your existing PS Plus to PS Plus Essential, right? Along with a couple of goodies added. Your what do you say? What else are they
yeah.
adding?
Since I'm PlayStation Now and Plus,
Hmm.
my premium subscription will go to my longest subscription. So I think one ends in October, ends in June. So I get it till June until I gotta pay again.
So you're getting PS Plus Premium till June,
I
right?
already have it. I've had it. No, till next June.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Till next June, you're gonna have PS Plus Premium because you own PS Now, correct?
Yep. Yep.
So that's good,
Even though
man.
my PlayStation Plus will expire, I won't have to pay again. I
Hmm.
basically get that 6 months for free or whatever.
Yeah, got it. So the main talking point here is the huge list of games. I do not understand why they are still working on it and not making them public. As you mentioned, I think this might be the case. They just want to get the word out before, like, as soon as
Yeah, I think they
possible.
want to get the full list before they
Yeah, finalized on
come up
it.
with something more official. Yeah, because I know I've read some things that they're at publishers right now, like cutting
Hmm.
deals because they're probably going to take a pretty big loss because all those games going
Absolutely,
in there right now.
absolutely. They got, just
I
imagine
think that's why they
every
charge so
single
much with
publishers they need to
PlayStation
pay.
Now was because they had 500 games right off the rip.
Yep.
It's expensive.
And to all those dumbass xbots who were like replying to my tweet saying, oh, you guys were against subscription services, what happened, haha, now you're capping for PS Plus Premium, which is a subscription service. Shut your ass down. This is a service just to extend your gaming time, just to show love to all those old ass games which are gonna be put down in front of you in a platter so that you can enjoy it or not. Whether you like it, you subscribe to it. If not, you can just be a PlayStation Plus Essential member, dude. No one's forcing you. So this is essentially a plan wherein if you want what they are showcasing, you can upgrade it or stay the fuck out. Who's forcing? The only reason we are capping about this shit is because they're made it absolutely clear that they're not gonna drop day and date $70 games in here. If
Yeah,
that
and
were
all
to
these
be the
games have
case, I
made
would
their
have
money. They're
hated.
gonna just make a little extra,
Absolutely.
and
If
you're gonna get the
this
plan for cheap.
yeah, if whatever the extra money they're making from PS Plus Extra and PS Plus Premium is gonna fund my next Last of Us Part 3, or the next trilogy from God of War, or the next Metal Gear Solid or Silent Hill, let them have my fucking money, dude. Let them have it. They
If
are
you get the extra tier, it's only $40 extra a year, and you get like fucking hundreds
so
of games. I
much.
mean,
Yeah.
that's nothing.
And the kind of effort they're showing, that they're like putting in trophy support, and like even you guys are not giving enough credit for what do you say, this rewind feature and save anywhere feature for old ass games. You remember, Nelson, all those old ass games like what do you say, Chrono Trigger and
Yeah, you had to
that
get the
gen.
well. I don't even think you could.
Dude,
Could you?
you
Yeah,
if
you
you
could
want
save.
to
You have to write
save
down codes
between
and shit,
missions,
and
between grinding in dungeons, it was like not save anywhere like the modern games of this day. You need to like put your ass down and go through a whole dungeon until you get the next save point, man. Do we have that kind of time nowadays? Do we have time for the 90s and 20s? What do you say, bullshit? Absolutely not. That's the reason all these additional features are gonna help us out so that we can finally fucking play those games at our own pace. All these rewind features, because those games were not as polished as what we are facing in the current gen. I agree that gaming across all generations since the 90s has been evolving in different ways, but there are like certain nitpicks I'm going to say regarding the early 2000s or the 90s, wherein like they were absolutely brutal when it comes to like saves and all this what do you say, accessibility features. What do you say, Nelson? Were those games
yeah,
accessible, man? Absolutely not. So
shit. I
many
remember
games,
Super Nintendo. I was excited because Mega
there
Man
was
X
zero
had a
hand
save, but I
holding.
had to write. I had to write down codes, and I'd have pages and pages of codes, and my mom would throw them away, and I'd start the fucking game over because I'd have paper just everywhere with all these codes on them.
Yeah, I totally agree. So without those codes, even the memory card, you are not allowed to save certain games because they did not include the feature to save a fucking game on the cartridge. Have you come across certain games like that? There were so many games, man, from the early 90s which were
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
a lot of times my consoles would just stay on until I finished the game, or my dad turned it off and I had to start over.
Hmm, correct. If you do not
The
have
memory
those
card changed
codes,
that
yeah,
because
if you
most
do
games
not.
didn't have those codes. You just like you either beat the game or you don't.
See, one more thing. Enslaved Odyssey to the West is also there from the PS3 on the service. Have you played Enslaved? It's from
I
like,
owned it on Xbox.
oh, is it? I played it on the
Yeah, I have it.
PS3. Yeah, I played it on the PS3. So it was an amazing game, man. It was really amazing. I liked it. It was not
There's all kinds. There's
revolutionary.
the Resident Evils in there. There's like
Mm,
fucking Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil. There's like 7 Resident Evils in there.
yeah, in that
I'm pissed that they're removing the Metal Gears though.
they are fucking adding Farming Simulator 22, guys. uh, And did you guys forget Cyberpunk 2077 is there as a, what do you say, early access demo? You can access Cyberpunk 2077 for 2 hours, as well as WWE
Yeah,
2K22.
that's one thing. For $20 a year, if there's 3 games that come out in 1 month, and I can get to try them and pick two, because sometimes I'm not gonna buy 3 new games in a month because I ain't gonna have time to play them all. So I'll
Absolutely.
get two. I'll figure out which ones I want and which one I
Yeah,
can
two
save for
hours is
later.
more than enough, correct? 2 hours of runtime on a game can give us a pretty solid idea
Even
whether
one
we're
hour
gonna
is
like it or
enough because
not.
a lot of times demos are like 20 minutes,
So yeah, 20
15
minutes.
minutes. You get
I
through the
still
opening scene and
remember
it's
I used to
over.
play that Sonic Unleashed demo on the PS3. Was it Unleashed, or which was that game? Sonic game, which was like the most bombastic 3D kind of platforming Sonic, which came out on the PS3. I still remember downloading that demo, and I used to play that fucking demo for so many times, man. I never got bored of it. I even played the demo of Devil May Cry 4, which came for free on the PS3. I think PS3 era had so many more demos than the PS4 and the PS5.
Yeah,
Now
this is so
demos have
much better
become
than a
rare.
demo because you get to save your prog or you keep your progress, your trophies,
Oh,
and yeah, it's a trial, so you get to save your progress.
one sec,
Yep.
Nelson. Hugo Azevedo, one of my closest friends on Twitter, says it's up. The what do you say? The PS Plus now is up as per him. I'm just booting my PlayStation 5. Just give me a moment as we do it. I'm just opening my Hong Kong account, and I'm gonna see whether it's up or not because I don't know, man. I've been waiting the whole day. As per
Can you
the
change your account later?
basically you can have multiple accounts, right? At the start of the once you boot up your PS5, you get that screen wherein it shows create an account and choose your account, correct? I've got like three
Yeah.
accounts now: the Hong Kong, the US, as well as the Indian account, my own account. I usually play. What I do is, see, recently I bought the House in Fata Morgana, as well as one more visual novel, which was not in the European PlayStation Network store. It was only it was exclusively launched on the US PSN store. What I did, I bought a US PSN gift card from PlayAsia, and then I went on to the US store, redeemed the code, and got that, what do you say, amount, bought the game. Once I downloaded the game, I just switched over to my primary account and started playing there on my Indian account, wherein my trophies will add up. That's what I'm doing. I even did that shit. You remember that Dead or Alive Extreme released for the PlayStation VR? You remember that game, Nelson?
No, because I don't have VR.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
getting one this gen. I said last gen, I was like, man, PlayStation Move controllers, and I was like, I'll wait till the next one that comes out. Hopefully, it
so
makes it.
here's an update for Mr. Hugo Esvedo, as well as the other people on the live chat. I'm just looking at the Hong Kong account, which is comes under Asian territories. So it's still not up. It's still showing the old ass PlayStation Plus splash screen with that 12, 3, and 1 month subscription. It still shows 12 months for 308 Hong Kong dollars. I don't know how much is that equivalent to. It's not up, guys. Such a bummer. Anyways, according to the official site, it's 24th, May 24th. That is tomorrow. The moment I see that, I'm gonna redeem it for a month because exactly 1 month from now, the service is launching in India. So I just that whole month, I'm gonna subscribe for a month and see how it goes, and I'm gonna look at the library. But first and foremost, I need to know how many games support English, man. Fuck, I forgot that shit. What do you say, Nelson? That is one more problem with this, like choosing from other regions. See, this Hong Kong has this traditional Chinese, and most of the games, few of the games are in Japanese, but very few, less than 5-10%, support English. So, as I mentioned, I just downloaded the free demo of Kill the Calumniation Games, which launched exclusively on the Japanese and the Hong Kong PSN store. And for my delight, it has full English support, subtitle support. So I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna post a live stream later on. So any parting thoughts, Nelson? I think we have gone in depth regarding the service and when it's gonna launch and why we gotta be excited for this shit. Even the infamous games, Infamous 1, Infamous 2, Festival of Blood, all these games are included, including the Demon Souls as well, the original PS3 one. The main thing is the PS4 and the PS5 library is gonna be updated more frequently than the old ass games. Don't you agree, Nelson? Because it's easy
Yeah,
to
they're gonna
deal with
what's in there for
licenses.
PS3 games is gonna stay in there because yeah.
Mm.
But there's
So
a lot of good PS3 games in there. A lot. I mean, the only thing that I found that they really fucked up on with the PS3 games is like, say you have Dead Space 2 in there or 3, they don't have the other two. Like they have Mass Effect 3,
correct.
but not 1 and 2. Like, what the fuck are
That
you doing? Like,
sucks. That absolutely sucks. I still hate the fact, man. I was like mentioning before. I want Final Fantasy Tactics and I want Tactics Ogre. All these games are
I think
not there
Tactics
on the.
was in the store, so that'll probably go in there eventually. I believe that one's in the PS3 store, so the
Okay, but
licenses are
it cannot
probably.
be played for a person who do not have PS Now, right?
It's not in there right now. It was a classic, so I'm
Yeah,
just saying. What I'm
that's what
saying
I'm
is,
saying.
I'm pretty sure most games on the PS3 Classic store,
Huh?
because the licenses are still good, are probably the ones that are going to be coming to the service as they,
See,
work on
this is
porting
the
them
one
over.
thing I'd hate to see. I do not want them to just repeat the fucking PS Now library which they had since all these days. It's gonna be a huge turnoff for so many people who played on who had PS Now like you. Correct? If they show the same games again, and most of those games do not even have trophies or online support. All
They
these
didn't have any
games,
PS1 games in there, so
yeah, but regarding the PS2, I think there were very less PS2 games, correct? I only like 18, if I'm not wrong.
yeah.
18.
They're going to be putting 2 games a month in, so they might do PS2, PSP 1 month, PS1, PS2 1 month, PSP,
Okay.
PS2 1 month. You know what I mean?
So basically, again, I'm not hyped up for PS Plus Premium just to access the newest PS4 and PS5 games. Knowing me and Nelson, you guys,
Already
for
had
the
them.
listeners from the PS Vortex, you guys on the live chat absolutely know how many games we buy every goddamn year, man. If it's a PS4 games, which is like not even genuinely interesting, just like tickling your fancy, just 1 inch below your butthole, we would have bought it. What do you say, Nelson? Wouldn't we
Yeah,
have bought those games, man? Just to scratch
I don't
it?
know what you're talking about. I don't buy games.
Fuck you. I know you.
I know. Bought 88 games just in the
see,
PSN store
see,
last
this is
year.
what is pissing me off, Nelson. If they give off all these games, they are just targeting newer audience. I do not want them to just target newer audience. I want them to celebrate gaming, which they have created across like 2 decades now. I just want them to celebrate every single generation without any like too much of importance towards like PS4 and PS5 games. That is the reason Game Pass is different from PS Plus Premium. I do not want PS Plus Premium to be fucking Game Pass killer. Game Pass is killing and getting killed on its own. Nobody has any sort of respect for the first party AAA games anymore because most of the games are getting fucking delayed because they are forced to put those $1 million games which they like put in blood, sweat, and tears to make to, on a service which is being freely given away for $1. Correct, Nelson? That
That's
is
why
one
they.
of the
That's why
reasons,
they.
man.
That's why they come out with like I heard Sea of Thieves is pretty good now, but when it first came out, it had like 2 hours of fucking content.
Yeah, that is the kind of like
State of
path they
Decay,
are
that they're
taking.
still working on fucking
I
fixing
do
that
not
game. That
want
game's
PS
like five,
Plus
4 years old.
to be the best deal in gaming. Fuck you. I want PS Plus to be the kind of deal in gaming where we can experience the most the most out of every single generation of PlayStation, what it has to give. If I want to buy a PS4 game or a PS5 game, and if I am unable to afford it for some goddamn reason, I'm gonna wait for a sale. How many sales are happening every goddamn week on the PS Store? If you just wait for your game, just put it on a wish list, dude. This is the biggest advice I give to every one of you guys. If you feel, for instance, Returnal or Ratchet or even Last of Us Part 2, right now you do not have that kind of money to buy it outright for $60. Just put it on your wish list. The PlayStation Store app, which you can install on your phone, pings you with a push notification. The very first moment there is a sale, it's gonna give you a push notification saying the items on your wish list are up on sale. Then you can go back and just check it. You're gonna get like 40%, 60%, sometimes like 80% discount.
Oh,
You
that reminds me, State of Play's coming. The sales coming like in like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
That's the
Days
biggest
of
sale of the
Play,
year.
right? Days of Play is gonna come. So in Days of Play, I feel This is not about people are getting confused between days of play and play at home. Play at home is a service where they introduced last year, where they gave like a couple of like games free of cost, no strings attached. You need not be a PlayStation Plus subscriber. Also, they might do that. This is not about that. Days of play is the biggest sales on the planet which can happen for PlayStation. Last year, did you remember, Nelson? There were like few games, like this entire collection of Kingdom Hearts was like fucking like $9, $10, dude. 5 games. Five
Yeah,
Kingdom
you can
Hearts
get
game
stuff
was less
stupid
than
cheap.
$10. Shit. So this is the best time. If you guys want to buy a bunch of games, just wait for it. This is not the right time to buy any of the games
They
because
usually have subscriptions on sale at that time too.
yeah, that is the
That's
time I
when I usually
usually
get them.
like boost my subscription. That's why my subscription is gonna last for like till 2025 if I'm not wrong, 2025 or 2024, the PS Plus, because I stack up during that time because there is a huge as almost like 60% discount, right, on PS Plus. That was the
I
max, I
think
think.
I,
40 to
I can't
60.
remember what it is.
Yeah.
25 maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I think it was closer to
That's
for like
another thing with
40%.
premium. Once
Hmm.
this service is like a year old, they're gonna have those on CD keys and whatnot. You're gonna be able to get a whole year for like $80, $90.
Correct. Hey, hey. I don't know. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, man. Heae. It's like algae, right? So I'm gonna say, hey, hey. Says good podcast. Yeah, dude, this is not even a podcast, man. This is like a mini Vortex. Like, we are like just couple of dudes. We are just talking about like the PS Plus Premium because we are fucking excited for it to go live in Asian territories tomorrow. As I mentioned, I'm gonna subscribe to that for a month and I'm gonna post the entire list along with what games. Because installing games is gonna be very simple, right, Nelson? Because most PS1 games are gonna be the size of those games. Fuck, they'll be in MBs, right? In megabit, not even like
Yeah, it'll
100.
take like 30 seconds, but let me tell you, PS2 game on PS3 would take like fucking 20
Oh,
minutes though.
but that was PS
This,
Now. But
yeah,
that was
yeah.
PS Now. We do
No,
not
that,
know
I'm just
about
talking
this.
about PS3. I'm talking about PS3.
Okay. I think they might have updated that shit, updated the servers and stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about PS3, like the speeds.
Oh,
It's way
got it,
faster
got it.
now.
You're talking about download speeds. So
Yeah.
they are going to be extremely small in size. I'm going to download a whole bunch of games even if they do not support English because this is the Hong Kong store. I just going to boot those games in and see whether they support trophies. So because I do not want this to mess up with my original the main account, my Indian account, so I'm going to test this bunch of stuff on the Hong Kong account only just for the testing sake. I'm really interested in seeing, but the thing is, even if you do not subscribe to the PS Plus Premium, we can easily go through the entire list. Correct, Nelson? You can go through the entire list without subscribing. Am I right?
Yeah, I believe you can. I'm subscribed, so I'm not real sure, but
Hmm.
yeah, there's a lot of games and there's a lot of if you need something to play or don't mind streaming, they got all the Batman games in there. They got the Metal Gears, but those are leaving. They had all the
Hmm.
Sonics, but those are leaving because so those are getting remastered or remade. Well, they got that one Sonic remaster coming. That's why they're taking them
Yep.
out.
So
They
Hehe
got like
says, are you gonna?
RDR2. They got Infamous. They've got
Hmm.
fucking Jack and Dexter's. They got there's a lot now, like 10 Resident Evils. I
Hmm.
mean, all kinds of like samurai games and shit, fighters. It's just a lot of shit from
I
PS3.
think it's gonna
And
be
for
the
new,
same time tomorrow if you're like free. Every one of you guys. This is like extremely early for people from the US. Like Nelson, I agree. I'm sorry for disturb
yeah, that's why
in
I'm
your
being kind
sleep,
of
dude.
quiet because
I'm
everyone's
absolutely
down
sorry
asleep
for that.
downstairs.
But the thing is, this
It's
is the
okay.
time wherein
Still
I'll
work.
be free once in a while because evening times it's like fucking afternoon for me here in India. So yeah, usually in the evenings I'll be busy till late night. That's the reason I schedule my podcast around like the midnight Indian time, so that it's gonna be early morning for you guys. Correct? Not not early, at
When?
least in the morning. Like our usual time, that's afternoon for you.
No, it's like early
Late
afternoon.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, early afternoon. So, one other update PS Plus Vortex Podcast episode 42 is going to go live tomorrow. So at our usual time, 12 p.m. PT, 3 p.m. EST. So that's gonna happen. You expect the whole cast of us to be here. I'm planning to invite a couple more people from other podcasts. King Thrash has agreed with the DM that he's gonna make it to our what do you say podcast tomorrow. And one more thing, if I really end up having dabbling into that a whole ass list of games from the Hong Kong PS plus what do you say premium catalog, I'm gonna have a nice discussion with our panel tomorrow. I'm gonna share a bunch of screenshots as well, and I'm gonna keep you updated on Twitter as well. So if you guys want to keep in touch with PS Plus Vortex, moving forward, hit that subscribe button as well as like or dislike. If you're an Xbot, hit that dislike button and don't show your face anytime here, man.
Hey
No
Doc, just
burdens.
off topic, real quick. Did you
Yeah,
see the video, the clips I put up
I
of
haven't
the
played
XVP?
it because it's gonna
Oh,
mess
that's the
up.
XVP. That's the XVP of Xbox, and he
Yeah, I've
says
seen
he
that
does
shit.
not like he does not like game. He's like, it's gonna kill gaming, like it killed fucking music.
Dude, that's like brutal. The reason I did not bring this up is because we're gonna keep this for our podcast tomorrow. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I figured. Sorry about the energy level. I got to keep it quiet.
FIFA
It's
real
really early.
STA realist man. Thanks again for flashing those amazing Tifa tits by subscribing to the channel. Welcome. This is not a kid friendly show. Just tell him once, Nelson, because it's an
Oh,
after.
it's not a fucking kid-friendly show, but it's later in the afternoon. I get pretty riled up. I
Yeah,
got to be quiet now, or my wife will kick my ass.
yeah, me too. I'm in a good mood right now. I do not want to like see. Moving forward, I think everyone is pissed that the PS World X podcast talks more about Xbox, shitting on Xbox than praising PlayStation. No, absolutely not. Moving forward, I don't think Xbox will be in the conversation for much longer, man. The way they're going after next month's showcase, if they do not completely blow things out of proportion and drop like multiple release dates with proper gameplay footage running on a Series X, multiple games, most of them dropping on day and date on Game Pass with release dates. I don't think they're moving any mountains, are they, Nelson?
Oh, let me tell you, like, the first Hellblade was made by 20 people in like 3 to 4 years, and they got 100 people, and they're like 6 years in Hellblade, and they just started production like last year. What the fuck? I don't know what's going over there. It's like a fucking goddamn napalm bomb.
They're just fucking sleeping. I do not understand. They're just. I still am bamboozled looking at the sales of Series X and S, man. What the fuck are people buying these consoles for? I think because the PS5 is not in stock, they feel this are the
Yeah,
consoles which
look
is
at
the
it.
jump in the next generation of fucking gaming. We are in the next
Hey,
gen, guys.
you got to remember, Xbox counts consoles sold to
Yeah, correct.
what do you
To
want
the
retail? You know how many
distributors.
fucking I go on to Walmart right now. They got fucking the stock room in the fucking back full of bitches.
So that is
Been
the
like
reason
that
they
for a
do
long
not
time.
mention how many consoles they have sold, correct? They
Well, they say
never
how many
mention.
it's sold to retailer.
Yeah.
There is nothing for PS5 in retail.
That's a huge difference. Yeah, I agree. It makes a lot of sense. But still, keeping everything in mind, the only reason people have been buying Xbox Series X and S, apart from a bunch of like hardcore gamers who are into that ecosystem, who truly play with their friends on franchises like Fortnite, Call of Duty, who have a whole bunch of friends from the Xbox
You know what a lot
family.
of it is? A lot of them, because they came out with two consoles at once, they bought two of them. So they bought one for their kid or the living room or whatever. And
Hmm.
because every Xbox dude I know buys like fucking five consoles for some fucking weird reason. I don't know why. They're really weird about that shit. They got at least three of the
S-
motherfuckers.
See, during our childhood, we were like extremely poor. We were like, what do you say? Were unable to game despite having the time because of lack of funds. Now, though we are able to afford every single game on the planet, time is the biggest, what do you say, currency right now, more than money. Don't you agree, Nelson? Even if the kind of backlogs we have developed, just going through them is gonna take us like another 3 4 years, man. Just going through
20.
all those games, every single game we've bought on the PS4. If you wanna like go ahead and complete every single game, it's gonna take us like years to do that shit. That's what we've been doing. We have developed this bad habit of buying more and more games despite having so less time gaming. That is one more problem. But the only reason the Xbox, few people, the fanboys who have bought the Xbox Series X and S and still do not regret it is because of all these acquisitions, of all these promises of having day and date games, of acquiring so many studios. Every god, even last year before launch, even now, the tools are coming. Next, the acquisitions. Oh, they have acquired Activision now. They have acquired Bethesda now. They have acquired that shit, this shit, Rare now. How many years back did they acquire Rare? Apart from Sea of Thieves, anything else did they see? No matter how many studios they
Some
acquire,
Connect cities.
this is the
They don't give a
mentality
shit.
they are using to buy time to console themselves for their poor decision to buy a $500 console which is sitting there playing old ass games on a subscription service which was handed away like oh my god. See, now I've seen a new narrative, Nelson. Have you seen it? People are saying, we are going to talk regarding this tomorrow on the podcast. I just want to bring this up, like just a refresher. People are saying the only reason Horizon Forbidden West is going to end up selling 20 million is because it is getting bundled with the PlayStation 5. It's such a bad thing. People are not buying Horizon Forbidden West. That's the reason it's being force fed to people as bundles because whoever buys a PS5 is gonna get that game bundled with it. So it's gonna be adding to
You
the
know, there's
amount of
Halo and
sales for
Forza
that shit.
bundles, right?
Okay, instead of going through that proper logical
I like the
discussion,
Mario Kart.
okay, forget that logical thing because experts do not understand logic. Let me make this clear. Do you know Horizon Forbidden West was bundled only with a PlayStation 5? It wasn't bundled with the Pop Tarts. It wasn't bundled with any other food product. Do you know any other console which did that shit? Bundling Game Pass literally with every single Xbox, with every single food manufacturer, and even getting
That's how
nail
they got the
polish
subscribers. Yeah,
just for the
when they were
subscribers.
hard to
In
get.
that
That's how.
case,
Yeah,
why the fuck are you counting the subscribers for Game Pass? If it is given out force fed for free, why the fuck are you having the audacity to count and cap saying that Game Pass has 25 million subscribers right now? Fuck you. It was force fed
and
to you guys. Then, in the same
you know
way,
what's funny?
yeah.
Since my dollar ran up like 6 months ago, I got a thing saying you can have it again for $1 for another month. I was
See, it's
like,
force fed, right?
geez.
It doesn't count according to
It,
their logic.
if you don't have it, they'll just be like, "We'll give it to you.
See, yeah,
Just
man.
take it."
It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. That's how bad getting W's is right now for the Xbox
They have to
community.
pay people to subscribe.
Yep,
Damn near.
they are paying from their own like deep reserves of cash, which they are amassing elsewhere, not from the gaming space. Microsoft makes the most money from everything apart from gaming. Don't you agree, Nelson?
Yeah, and people are like, "Oh, they're making more than Nintendo now." Yeah, you got to keep this in retrospect, though. They have more employees, more studios, more overhead than Sony, and Sony only
But
made
less
2 billion
games.
profit off 25
No
billion.
games.
No,
Less to
I'm
no
just saying
games.
from business.
Yeah,
Sony made 25 billion last year, profited two
that
and a
was
half
huge.
billion. If
That was huge.
if Xbox has got more studios, have to pay for day and date services, how much is their fucking bill?
Oh my god.
They made 15 billion. They were spending what, 30, 40?
Might be.
I
They are
don't know.
taking
It's got to be
still.
a lot.
I don't think the Xbox Series X is still profitable to them. I last time I
They've
heard the
they've never
PS5.
had a console profitable
I think the
ever.
PS5 is breaking even when it comes to like every single console sold. That's huge at the very start of the generation. So just the first 2 years of the PS5, if you do not intervene as one of the big three, if you want to call it, despite being third all the time, this is that lead which the PS5 should not be given. They are like absolutely not doing anything. So once you give enough time, for like the PlayStation 5 to have that breathing room. All these big ass publishers like
If there was
Naughty Dog.
stock, there'd be like 40
Oh
million out
my
there right now. I'm
god,
telling you.
yeah, it would have even crushed a Nintendo Switch as well. I don't think
Yeah,
Nintendo Switch can hold up because it's a old console. Most people have it. They're buying
a lot of
multiples
people
right
are
now.
buying it, but it's available.
Yeah, that is also a point because it's still you can call it a mid-gen kind of refresh kind of console because it doesn't exactly fall in the ninth gen of consoles. So it's a hybrid console which is cheaper, which is in stock, and which has quality games. Despite the games are few and far between, the third-party games, apart from the Western devs, the Japanese front is out so supportive of Nintendo Switch. You might have seen so many thousands of games launch on Switch every month, man.
Switch is killing it this year.
Yeah. So I want PlayStation to do the same. The only thing stopping it is the semiconductor shortages. Hope they are gonna get fixed soon. I think with that note, we're gonna wrap up the show. Thanks for dropping in, Nelson. This was like a short and sweet mini Vortex kind of thing. We wanted to hype up people because Sony is not doing shit right now. We're just here to hype you up for the PS Plus Premium, which is gonna drop. The only thing I do not want to see is, as I mentioned, Nelson, is for them to just bring in a whole bunch of PS Now games which were there till yesterday onto PS Plus.
No,
Just
because they
with a
said they were
change.
adding every month, and the ones that are there will be transferred over.
Hopefully,
But every month they're gonna add new ones.
yeah,
That's what they said.
that's nice and good. But at launch, they need to entice both the hardcore gamers as well as new adapters, right? The new adopters are gonna look at the PS5 and the PS4 games, which are like $70 and $60 each. They're gonna look at the value and jump in. But for the hardcore PlayStation gamers like me and you, it doesn't matter because most of the games we have already bought it. We can directly download them right now. The only reason which is exciting for us, for me and you, is because we want to relive those classics which were absent even on the PS Now. We want those games to be added with trophy support and a little bit of updated frame rate and shit like that. We'll see how it goes. So thanks for dropping in, Nelson. This was great talking to you. Sorry for waking you up, man, so early in the morning. I thought you
Yeah, that's
you
okay.
might
I was awake. I'm just have to be quiet. I just have to be quiet so I don't wake up the
I
whole house.
understand the lack of what you say, our natural banter, because I am
Yeah,
also
yelling.
like
I'm not
not in the
yelling.
mood to like scream and shout. I just want to have a chilled stream for a change. This is not the proper vortex with our proper panel. So I'm gonna even invite Patrick this time. He was interested. You remember Patrick?
Mm,
He was here
Patricio?
on the show. Yeah, previously. He was from I
Yeah,
think from
we're best
Africa.
friends.
Yeah, he was from Africa, right?
No, we talk actually a lot. He's on my friends list, and I go into his show in the chat a lot.
Yeah,
So
he's a
we
nice
talk a lot.
dude. He publishes news articles on websites, if I'm not wrong. So,
Me and him are supposed to play Ghost of Tsushima, but
hmm,
that time difference I think has been a bit of a pain in the
yeah.
butt.
Thanks for the immense support for all the people here on the chat. Thanks, Kyle. He says like I missed my chance to mass buy the classic Sonic games before they got delisted. I'll be damned if they are still on the store. Okay.
I don't
Uh,
think they were on the store. They're in PlayStation now because a lot of them were ported to PS3 back in the day.
hmm.
You can get Sonic Mania though.
Yeah. He is a huge fan of Sonic. I know that. So
Yeah, they had like this. They had like 10 Sonic games in there. They're delisting them because Sega's going to be reselling them. So I think that's what's happening with Metal Gear. That's why they're delisting them.
no matter whatever the fuck happens, I just wanna look at them putting Metal Gear Solid 1 or 2 with trophy support, man. Fuck, that's gonna make my day special. Along with Dino Crisis. Just imagine having Dino Crisis 2 with little bit of updated what do you say textures, or I don't think they're
Hey,
gonna put
both
in
Dino
effort.
Crisis 1 and 2 are in that list I sent you. That is
Oh, is
my
it?
collection.
Where exactly
Yep.
did that list originate from, man? Is it official? Is that leaked
What?
from
No,
what's
no,
the
no.
source of it?
That's my collection. That's my collection.
Oh, got it, got it. Oh, so does that have
My
trophies?
personal. No, that's on PS3.
No, I'm saying
But I'm a,
Dino Crisis 2, I'm saying. That was a PS1
no.
game,
It was a
right?
PS1. Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was PS1.
I'm just expecting if that game has trophies, man, it's gonna make my day special. That's what I'm saying.
I think all of them are gonna come. I think that's why they have such a small list at first, is because they have to do all this.
Even if they have a
They
small
can't
list, they have already promised that they're gonna launch with
every.
740 games, man. They, some
Yeah, I know. I'm just talking about the classics in general.
even the classics, there might be a few bunch of classics which they might not have revealed
There
till
might be
now.
a few more, but
Let's
having to
see.
add two every month, they're gonna.
It's yeah, let's see how it
It's gonna
goes.
take
This is
that.
like an accessory form of entertainment for the PlayStation gamers because we fucking buy our games at launch if you like the kind of quality to remain for the first
They
party
better just
PlayStation
not be like
games. Hmm.
Nintendo Online with the Super Nintendo and Nintendo. You used to get like two or NES and a Super NES game every month, and then for 6 months I didn't get a game. Then I got or my kids got what do you call it? Earthbound, and then
Oh
that was like
fuck.
2 or 3 months ago. Oh, they got Earthworm Jim. It's like
Don't get
random,
me
like every
started,
couple months.
Nelson, on Earthbound. It fucked up my childhood, dude. You remember the climax of that game?
I don't know
Shit.
if I ever finished that because I
Oh
only borrowed that from
my
my neighbor. I didn't have it.
god. That gave me nightmares for days, man. I was a very small kid at that time. I was still in middle school or something. Not even middle school, less than that. I had this. It was an NES game, right? Or an SNES. It was SNES, right?
SNES.
Yeah, I had this SNES, Super Famicom, because it's Europe. In Europe, Nintendo Entertainment System is called Famicom. You know, right? It's from Nintendo.
Yep.
So I got it on my Super Famicom. The ending, the climax of the game fucked me up big time, man. I just do not want to spoil it for you, but the last imagery they show, it was mind fucking boggling, man. It's like something out of what do you say, what Hideo Kojima does with this underlying philosophical undertones for his games, man. It looked like an ultrasound image of fetus and the monster clubbed in one, which is like moving throughout the screen. It was like what do you say,
Raiden, turn
seizures.
the game off.
Yeah,
I
seizure
need scissors
inducing, dude.
66.
Fuck, that was amazing. Earthbound is like a cult classic, man. If you
No, I
go,
just brought that up because like my kids didn't get a classic game for months and
yep,
months and
yep,
months and months and months, and they're supposed to give
totally
it
agree.
every month. And
Yeah,
then
I think
got
Nintendo
Earthbound, and then
Online
like
is
3 months
highly successful.
they do it. Yeah, but they do it when they feel like it for the old
Yeah,
ones.
who gives a shit?
Now it used to be every month.
They still get subscribers more than Game Pass. They've already have more subscribers than Game Pass. Fuck it. Who cares?
Even if you can't sell it at $1, I don't think you're gonna be able to sell it.
Ghost of Tsushima, even on PS Plus Premium, man, that's huge. That's really huge. And that too, it's a director's cut. Just imagine not spending money to buy that game for some goddamn reason very first time. That's like pays itself for the entire service for a year. Along with that, if you get one more game which you're been looking at.
If you get extra, it's 40. That's $40 extra a year. It's paid for itself
Yeah,
basically.
totally. And the great thing, as I mentioned before closing the show, is none of the upcoming first party $70 games are going to be affected by this service, man. Totally. This is pro consumer. Whether you guys like it or hate it, this is how the gaming needs to move on. If anyone wants to replicate, I still do not get the reason why anyone wants to replicate Game Pass because it is not successful. It is being touted to be successful by influencers and ambassadors who are getting paid by Microsoft. They are painted this nice, beautiful sunshine and rainbows kind of picture for people saying how beautiful it is, but it is like just a bunch of old ass games with a couple of bangers, Gears, Forza, and Halo bundled into a service, right? I don't think apart from that there is anything special about it. You're not getting any AAA third party games as well. The Outriders were the last big game in that regard. Most of the games people are capping
MLB is
for
carrying it.
Danganronpa, putting which was on Game Pass. Oh, Danganronpa is on Game Pass. You guys bought it full price. Fuck you, man. On PS4, I played it like 3 years ago. Where were you at that time? Or if you are a fan of the series. Now Danganronpa recently, you remember the big in Japan sale, Nelson? Danganronpa was listed like for like 4.99 there. $5 game
Mhm.
you're capping for spending $180 a year. Why the fuck are you spending money if you're not getting $5 what do you say shovelware games right now? It's not like a launch game. Come on. It came out like in 2019 if I'm not wrong. It's like 3 years since launch. So that is the whole point of this. Uh, anyways, thanks for dropping here, Nelson. Thanks again, everyone on the chat, and my new friend Kyle. Hi, hi. I don't know how to pronounce your name, man, as well as Stand Down and Hugh Esvedo. Thanks again for dropping here. See you guys tomorrow at 12 p.m. PT for a bombastic PS Vortex podcast episode 42 with me, my co host Nelson, and Tornado, along with a bunch of us. Again, thanks for dropping.